What's going on? We back. Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building. Preview to Game 1. Detroit Pistons going to Milwaukee in my projects. Today kicks off at 7 p.m. I believe it comes on TNT. You can probably catch it on Fox Sports Detroit, excuse me. You catch it on there as well. Well, let's talk about it, man. Kind of predict the game, give a breakdown, preview. I'm not sure if Blake Griffin is going to play. There's no word of that yet, but I'm going to assume that he's going to play. And I'm going to assume that he won't be 100%. I think he can give you one of those 40-point performances when he come off those long rests. That's going to be your best opportunity for the Pistons. I think you get the best Blake in this series if he plays tonight or whenever he debuts. So that's something to say. I think, if you watch the playoffs last night, 2 upsets in the East. Orlando defeated Toronto, and the Nets defeated the Philadelphia 76ers. And, a lot of us wanted the Pistons to line up with the Toronto Raptors. I wanted to see Dre and Embiid going at it personally, but it's just my humble opinion on that. Okay, but we got the Bucks, and we'll see. A lot of these teams looking mad overrated early, but it's only one game. But if the Pistons can steal a game, I think it's going to be the game that Blake Griffin comes back in. If it's tonight, if it's game 2, or whatever the situation may be. But like I said before, I believe he should sit this series because, there's no point of tearing your knee up in a 1 versus 8 seed where you ain't gonna win. You ain't not gonna win the series. That's what statistics say. But just my personal opinion on the thing. But like I said before, get into it. It starts off with Blake Griffin health, but we already just pretty much elaborated on that. But it does start off with his health, and if Blake Griffin is healthy, then the Detroit Pistons got a hell of a chance at competing with the Milwaukee Bucks. In my opinion, they got a chance of competing with the Milwaukee Bucks. And also, the number 2 matchup that I'm watching is Andre Drummond versus Brook Lopez and the rest of the bigs. It might come a time when Milwaukee may go small with Mirotic at the 5, or Ilyasova out there, Giannis. They might go bigger, smaller, kind of in the front line. And Blake Griffin got to dominate because Ilyasova and Mirotic Drummond had to dominate. Ilyasova and Mirotic and take Drummond to the perimeter. But Drummond is an effective, he's a better perimeter defender than a lot of other 5s in this league, man. But we gonna have to see. That's the matchup that if we gonna win this series, which everybody being optimistic we will, which in actuality, if we being real, we have no chance of winning the series, probably less than a 5% chance. And I'm just keeping it real. That's just how I run my channel. I don't run it with optimism or, oh my God, the Pistons can beat the Bucks. Probably not. We didn't beat them all year. But if we are going to step up to the plate and the East is closer than we expected it to be, we seen it with the 2 upsets yesterday, then, it could be a possibility, but it's going to have to start with Blake and Andre. Like I said today, when Blake chooses to return, maybe today, game 2, game 3, game 4, whenever it may be, it's all, that's the best performance you're going to get from him. So you want to be able to match his fly with Andre Drummond, Reggie Jackson, Luke Kennard. You want all these dudes to be on their best performance. But what bothers the Pistons when it comes to the Milwaukee Bucks, and what bothers a whole bunch of other people, is the length of the Milwaukee Bucks. Their best player defend. You know what I'm saying? Chris Middleton, former Detroit Pistons, defend. Brook Lopez is an underrated rim defender, but Andre Drummond should get at least almost around 20 rebounds every game. Mirotic, Brook Lopez, Ilyasova can't rebound with him. Only one that can rebound with him is Giannis. You know what I'm saying? So Andre Drummond is going to have to dominate this, and then Blake Griffin going to have to be dominant, and that's the if with his knee. You know what I'm saying? That's a big if with his knee. And on top of that, that's not going to be enough. You're going to have to get your best from Reggie Jackson, Luke Kennard, Langston Galloway, Glenn Robinson, Ish Smith. You got to get a perfect performance for 4 out of 7 games from those guys. That's just the actual facts, okay? You haven't seen it all year. You rarely seen all these guys get off at the same time. Reggie Jackson is going to have to dominate the point guard against Eric Bledsoe, and people still questioning whether Eric Bledsoe can do so. You know, can he step up to the playoffs and can he be that X factor? He's my ultimate X factor in the Eastern Conference. But if Bledsoe, Middleton can step up and just get Giannis what they've been giving in the regular season, like I said before, Milwaukee shouldn't have any problems with Detroit. But if Detroit, fighters, Detroit players, excuse me, man, I'm multitasking right now. If Detroit players today can give us something, Reggie, Blake, if he play, Andre, Luke, they all can play pretty much their best game. The Pistons have a good opportunity of still in the best game. But Andre Drummond and Blake Griffin, and Drummond in particular, since he's 100% healthy, Drummond should dominate the paint versus the Milwaukee Bucks. He should dominate the rebounds, putbacks. But the question is, what are you going to get from Wayne Ellington? What are you going to get from Luke Kennard? Are you going to bring what he brought, at the end of the season to the table to the playoffs? Where they look to get, Luke involved. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't look to get Luke involved, they're not gonna win this series, man. And I'm just keeping it 100. They're not gonna win this series if they don't look to get Luke involved today, man. And if Reggie not playing a good game, a good, well-rounded game, being aggressive, facilitating, pick and roll, getting into Drummond, I don't think they got a chance, and they haven't done it for the majority of the year. They haven't done it, but, if I was to give some tips for the Pistons today, it'd be a lot of pick and roll with Reggie and Blake, Ish Smith and Blake. Reggie and Andre. A lot of Reggie Jackson penetrating, stopping, popping, feeding Dre off to the oop, or feeding Dre underneath. It'll be a lot of just two-man game between Reggie and Andre Drummond because Brook Lopez can't hold Drummond. I'll be looking to post up Reggie Jackson on Eric Bledsoe. I'll be looking to bring Luke Kennard off screens, pin downs, looking to get him in rhythm, looking to isolate the side of the floor with him and Blake, if Blake playing a two-man game. And I'll be looking to really exploit my matchups with Reggie Jackson size on Bledsoe, Drummond on Brook Lopez, and I'll be looking to really get Luke Kennard moving off the ball, catching and shooting, him and Blake in two-man, sometimes him and Drummond in two-man. And so you could do him and Reggie in two-man sometimes, because Reggie going to have a size advantage over Eric Bledsoe. But those are the matchups I'm looking to exploit. The bench got to give us something. But for Milwaukee, it's just play their game. We don't have a matchup for Giannis. Giannis is going to kill us every time down the floor. So I think we should double Giannis. And if the shooters beat us, they beat us. But if they shooters get hot, it's a wrap. We ain't talked about Brogdon. He's a good, steady guy, rookie of the year. Bledsoe can shoot it. Middleton can shoot it. Ilyasova can shoot it. Brook Lopez can shoot it. Mirotic can shoot it if he healthy. And Brook Lopez, he one of those centers that get Andre Drummond in trouble. Andre Drummond never dominates his matchups on both sides of the ball. Rarely. He needs to shut down Brook Lopez and dominate Brook Lopez on the other end. But like I said before, man, this is too tough of a test for the Pistons, man. And I'm just keeping it real, man. It's just the Milwaukee is too good. And if they win a game, it'll be tonight, I believe, or a home game. But I think tonight with Blake Griffin getting a few days rest, I think you'll get the best Blake Griffin after a long rest if he play tonight. You get a motivated Dre tonight. If they win the game, it's going to be tonight or it's going to be a home game. But I'm going to go ahead and say Milwaukee win tonight. A score, 109 to 99. I'm going to say Milwaukee win comfortably. Like I said, I'm just keep it real. I just don't see the Pistons beat. They haven't beat this team all year. I know the playoffs is different. But Milwaukee, it could be a place where Milwaukee ain't that good. Because I think if LeBron was still in the East, what I seen yesterday, LeBron may be the king of the East in my opinion. Still. But I got the Pistons losing today. I think if they win, it's going to be this game or a home game. But I don't know if Blake playing or not. But the Bucks is just too much in my opinion. But people going to hate and say I'm hating and stuff. I'm just keeping it real. Motor Street Sports Talk. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email if you have a business question, a car responsorship, or video question. Reach out to social media. Continue to share the videos, man. It's the best way to help your boy grow. But other than that, one time for the one time. We might be live for the game or have a reaction after the game, depending on how my day line up. We gone.